So I just got the material in to put the tank underneath the truck. I need to bevel these edges. I already got it cut to size. I went to metal supermarkets and they'll cut it to the right size for me, and they also work with a bender, so they bent this shape as well. So I ended up with this. But I still need to cut and bevel this edge, clean up back little ways, and then weld this piece to those pieces. So this is the horizontal, and then that's the verticals going up that'll be underneath the truck. And then I gotta drill all my holes, because it'll be a lot easier with these flat, and I could just drill down than it would be to drill sideways. I'm still gonna have to drill sideways because underneath the truck, but right now I'm gonna drill as many as I can down here in the garage. Alright, so I've got the holes drilled and all of the vertical pieces. Well, all of the pieces I have the holes drilled in. So I'm going to just double check, double check all my measurements and then get ready to weld all these together. There's one thing I wasn't sure I showed you guys yet or not, but this happened to the internal coating after it got done. They say to fill up the tank and then slosh it all around and then drain it out. So when we drained it, we caught what was left. Now this container was only filled to about here, and it bubbled up out the top over the edge and spilled down to the ground. We also caught it in this container, and it did a similar thing, but that was only about a quarter of the way full. So it still bubbled up over the edge, it just didn't spill quite down to the ground. And this stuff is solid. It is rock solid. So keep that in mind when you do this kind of coating. You might want to put that can in a plastic. So as you can see, we got it all bolted up, but the angle from here to the rear axle there, it's not, this is too low. So there's 3 holes here where it's bolted in place. I'm gonna cut it off just below the second hole and then raise it up
and then drill 2 more holes, and then we'll still have our 3 bolts per vertical support. This was just a pain to put up there, and now it's going to be a pain coming down. But as you can see, it's snowing out, so I'm in all my full gear, and that camera is very far away, so I hope you can still hear me okay. We're going to just set it on time lapse, and you'll watch me struggle with this for a little bit. It's going to be fun. So as you can see, my bandsaw blade broke after waiting for it for about probably 20 minutes. So I took out the angle grinder and finished it off. That's probably how I'm going to do the rest of them. So I showed you what it looks like on the outside of the tank with those cans kind of boiled over and then got really hard. It did the same thing on the inside of the tank, which, I mean, yeah, I'm going to lose a little bit of capacity, but not that much. The biggest issue that it did is it blocked off the threads on the port that I unscrewed and drained the tank through. So I need to get in and clean all that out. But I don't want those shards coming back into the tank. So I'm going to use the vacuum here and using the exhaust port and push air through our, where is it? Our line right here. You can probably barely see that. This is the fuel inlet line. So I'll be pushing air through this line and then cleaning it out through the hole. Yeah. All the plumbing, we put fittings on the tank, and then we plug the holes where there's going to be sensors. We're not going to do any electrical or sensors right now. We're going to wait till the spring and then do those. So all that's left now is just fill it up with fuel and see if it works. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work, but let's go see if it works.
So if you're wondering why we put the fill neck on the inside in the garage, it's for ease of use. It's a whole lot easier and more comfortable to fill it up from in here than it is to fill it up from outside. The truck comes to about your hip, so you would have to lift it, way up here if we're filling it up by canister.
What? Is it not filling up?
No.
That is my mistake. I forgot to open the vent on it. Let me go just open that really quick.
Is there a vent on it?
There's a hole for a vent, but I didn't actually put the vent on yet.
Is it closed? Is it
There's
sealed?
a cap on it, yeah, it's sealed.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's better. I saw it disappear.
Yeah, I heard it. Okay. Peter, fine?
Yep. That means it's working. All right, so that tank that was a air tank is now a diesel tank, and there are more to come because we're gonna try to have enough fuel on board to get it through Canada without filling up. We calculated the amount of fuel this thing takes, and it's about 8 miles per gallon of diesel. So it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's kind of what we expected because it's a big truck.
It's about 1,900 miles from Tok to Seattle. At our truck, at about 8 miles a gallon, it's about 250 gallons that we need to hold. And if you think that somebody else can use this video, share it with them. I know fuel tanks are very expensive. This was not that expensive. The steel was a lot to get bent over and get a thick enough gauge. It was very expensive, but it is very cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than buying something pre-made. And if you have if you have an air compressor tank already, it makes it even cheaper.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe and check out our other videos and check out the journey we've been on so far.